Java is an object-oriented language. It's all about objects and classes. The last one describes the object. Developers of Java had made many classes for other developers. For example, maths class, whose functions you can calculate the square root of numbers or round numbers, etc. With. For example, the maths pow 2, 3 is in maths class, and it is a function that takes two numbers as arguments and calculate 2 power of 3. So maths.pow 2, 3 returns 8. Maths is a class, pow it is its function method. Or the scanner class. After you instantiate the class, you can call several functions to read data from the standard input. The good news is that you can also have your own class. Let us suppose that we have to work with rectangles. We must define many rectangles to cover to each other. We need to calculate their area, their perimeter, or we can even draw them. The question is, what data is needed for such a task? And the question is, what type of data should be stored in a rectangle? For example, if the coordinates of the upper left corner of one rectangle is known, and the width and the height, it is 4 data. If, instead of the width and height of the lower right corner of the coordinates, even 4 data. The question is whether width and height numbers are integers or real numbers. Now all types are integer. To store real numbers, you can use a float or double type. For example, or after the necessary data, we need to determine how to do with data. What messages should our rectangle answer? For example, if rectangle needs to calculate its area, you need a function that returns the area of the rectangle. If you need to draw the rectangle, it is necessary to code a method that can perform the drawing, and so on. Accordingly, let's look at how you can create your own class. What can we see here? There are 4 variables that store the data of rectangle. Because you want to work with only integer numbers, int, so they are integers. Type names must be coded before variable names. There is a function name which does not take parameters, but the class of the variable length and width exists here, and it returns their production. To define the class, start its name with capital letter after the word class. Then write your code in braces. How can we use this? Instantiate. We create an object from the class rectangle. This is the class rectangle, object name, new rectangle. Instead of word rectangle, you can use other identifier. Notice that the class name begins with a capital letter. The name of the object starts with normal letter. The area is the function name, begins with lower case. The rule does class name, variable name, equal sign, new, and class name, and parentheses, and semicolon. How can we assign a value to the object's variable? Rectangle.width is equal to 10, rectangle.height is equal to 20. The object name, dot, the field name, equal sign, and the value. After the value you assign to the field, use semicolon. How can we call the area method, this function? You must write its name, then follow parentheses. If you want to display the result of calling area function, use system.out.println method. Here is the solution. Extend the functionality of your class, so please write the perimeter method function as well. Use our rectangle class as sample. It is the same, only the formula is different. So calculate the perimeter of the rectangle and print the value of the function. It returns. Your task. Download the code, or you can work here in the external source. Code a square class according to the rectangle class. You need to have fields to store the upper left corners coordinates and the length of the square. Code perimeter and area methods. We start coding, so you just need to complete.